Hello, welcome back to Ayaz Tech. In this short video, I will show you how to use debugger using Visual Studio Code. It is very simple and straightforward. In this example, I will show you how to debug a Node.js application. Right now, I have a Node.js application here that has only one file index.js, and this is empty right now. So I will start from writing a basic line of code in it. And now to you can debug it. You can use debugger by adding a breakpoint here. But the question is how to run it with the help of debugger. For that, in your VS Code, on the left side, you will see this bug icon that would say run and debug. Click on that and click on this create a launch.json. So if this is your new project and you don't have launch.json file in it already, then just come here and click on this button. That would create a file launch.json for you out of the box. And if you click on that, it is giving you some options. You have to select the environment. As I want to run a Node.js application, so I would select Node.js. And as soon as I clicked on that, it has created this file in the .vs code folder. And you can see some default settings were created out of the box for you, and you can obviously make changes in this configuration if you want. So for example, if you want to skip some file, you can add the path of those files. And here you have to define the path. You have to mention the path of the file that you want to run as the entry point of your Node.js application. So right now it is saying that from your workspace folder, it is picking the index.js file to run. So that's correct. I want to run this file. If in your project your main file is different than index.js, then you just have to come here and change the name of this file. So as everything is correct now, so I would again go to this debug icon and click on the play button. So as soon as you click on that, you would see that the program has stopped on this line number 5, and it is waiting for you to click on the play button. So if you click on the play button, then it will, so this is continue button, it will resume the process. Okay, that's how uh, you can debug a Node.js application. Now I will try to add some more lines of code to make it more meaningful and practical. For that, I would set up a very basic Hello World uh, Express.js application to show you the demo. For that, let's create an Express app. For that, I will import Express is equal to Node, and let app is equal to Express. This would create the app, and we will store it in the app variable. And now I will create app.listen, and in this I will add a port where I want to run it. And next I will create a basic endpoint. And to test it, I would click on this debugger icon again and click on the play button. And uh, so this is a mistake here. Instead of node, I should have added the require. Okay, now it's correct. Now click on the play button, and the server is running at this URL. I will open it. Uh, oh, it is not HTTPS, it is HTTP. Okay, now I will add slash test, and you can see that the page, the content that I'm sending back as the response of this request is being shown here in the h1 tag. And now if I want to pass some data to this endpoint, I can use the get method, and I will pass some value from the URL like this: first name David and last name is James. And right now if you enter it, nothing would happen. But here I will uh, store the body in the body variable from request. Uh, Actually, we don't need body here. We need the query string variables. So this is how we get the query string variables from the URL. And okay, I have to restart this server. Now you can see this first name is being console logged. So that's great. And now I can add breakpoint here to show you that how it would stop here when you reload the page. I reloaded the page, and it did not return the response yet, and it has stopped the it is holding the process at this line and waiting for us to click on this continue button. So it will not move on until we click on this button. So at this time you have opportunity to see what's going on behind the scene. You can see all of the values that are coming from these variables from the parameters, and you can see all of the values from the executed lines above this line. So for example, you can hover your mouse over request, and you can see all of the data that is coming. Okay, so for example, in the request there is a query property, and in the query property there is an object, and that object would have all of the values that are coming from this URL. So, and if you hover your mouse here, it will still show you that object, and if you hover your mouse here, it will evaluate the value of that property, and it will show you like this. And another interesting thing is that on the left side you will see this is a very useful feature. On the left side, it is uh, variables. In the variable section, you have two kind of variables: local and global. So in the local section, it will show you all of the variables in the scope where you have added the uh, breakpoint. So for example, I have added the breakpoint on line number 14. Then it will show the list of all of the variables that are uh, available in this scope. So these are the variables of this scope. For example, in this scope, we have first name, last name, and we have request and response variable. So all of these variables are visible here because these are local variables that were defined. So it is showing in this section. This is very useful. You can see the values here, and you can review the request. You can click on the response. So next very useful feature is that uh, in the watch section, in the call stack, it will show you all of the lines, and it will tell you from which lines this function was called, or I mean, it will give you all of the information uh, in a very depth. So, for example, you can travel back and forth by clicking on these. So that is very nice and useful. I hope this video is useful for you. Thank you for watching my video. See you later next time. Thank you. Bye.